Hey guys. I saw no one else was live, so I just jumped. I said, let me jump on here right quick. This is not a long live. Uh, Good afternoon. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary, where we talk about what we want to talk about when we're ready to talk about it. Okay. All right. Conscious. Hello. Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you to all that helped yesterday. I really appreciate it. Go to the community wall and continue to support Cara Wilson, please. I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for being a blessing. So today I want to do some chit chat. It's nothing. So I woke up, I posted something about Tiffany book, and people went crazy on my comment section. And y'all had my back over there. I was just like, how come I can't say nothing about Tiffany? Like, why am I the only one that can't say anything about Tiffany? It's so weird. Everybody else can say whatever. I'm the only one that can't. Hey, so surf save. So I want to talk about the book and let y'all just, I got my mods in here. Get ready. She's an absolute genius for this. She is. So this is just business. This isn't even one-on-one. This book probably is not even created. She probably didn't even write anything. She probably didn't even start. Y'all said it's Chat GPT. She probably didn't even start anything. But for her to post it for $99.99, we're going to just see how many people did videos on it, if any. We're going to see how much she got free marketing on this. And the reason it's like this. Sometimes, excuse me, guys. You guys know I'm gonna have surgery soon, so excuse my voice. Sometimes it's this YouTuber. Her name is Peach McIntyre. She has a course where she'll teach you how to be a content creator for $10,000, one-on-one. $10,000. She'll teach you how to be a content creator. And the reason she posted it like that was if someone if they pay for it, it's worth her time. She really doesn't want to do it, but if they go ahead and pay for it, she'll do it. And that's what I see Tiffany doing. $100 a book, okay? $100 a book. If enough people buy it, I'll go ahead and release the book. If they don't, I won't worry about it. And that's just what it is. So yeah, that's it. It's sort of marketing. It's nothing else than she knows this book is outrageous. She already knows that, but she also knows that we will run and talk about it. So now you will buy the book. So I saw a lot of people that's interested in buying the book. Regardless, Tiffany still has supporters. So a lot of people stood in the bushes because it was so ugly out there, right? But she still has supporters. She still have haters. And some people will definitely buy this book. Okay. Especially being all around, just to say how stupid, Tiffany got this book. How stupid is she? She can't even spell. Let me get this book. It'll happen. Okay. Do I think the book is even written yet? No, I don't. That's my opinion. I don't even think she even started writing the book. I don't even think she probably wrote, she probably wrote down some chapters, got it going on, what she wants it to be. But I think the book is finished. No. I think this is straight marketing and to get people talking about it. And I really wonder how many people pre-owned. Like, she didn't even put any work into the website. This is it. It says, this is it. Tiffany, it says, and you could get it with Afterpay. Okay. It says on sale, standing on business, $99.99. It says only a few left. How's it only a few left? It's a pre. Smart. Pre-order your book today. This is nothing but marketing. And I will say that's sort of like The Village, right? That's how she ran The Village. It was like marketing. So her with the PR person, they ran The Village like marketing and PR. that instead of government, you know what I mean? Because that was their thing. The same thing is going with Jason. Jason is mostly marketing. Mostly marketing. So say pre-order your book today. From mommy moves to making history. She's not just showing up, she's standing on business. They said there were two sides, but there's always a third, the truth. Bold, unapologetic, transformational. Tiffany redefines what it means to lead with purpose, and she's not backing down. That's it. That's the website. This it. The products. This. She didn't give us a chapter. She didn't give us nothing. So it's more about, this is just my opinion. It's more about just seeing how many people will buy it. And believe it or not, people will buy this book. Now, chapter 1 says fighting for justice. I'm interested because I'm thinking this is going to be the custody battle. So that right there, I thought was, it says volume 1. So is this the volume 1 of the book? Is she trying to say it's going to be more chapters? She can't say too much because she's still in court for a lot of stuff, right? Well, not too many things, but a few. Yeah. So this is interesting to me. So if you guys want my opinion, I think it's just marketing. So let's go to what she says on Facebook. Scott, don't stop. Whose book would sell best, Jason and Trustees or Tiffany's? Definitely Tiffany books. Hey Lee, it is outrageous, but that's what she wanted to do. That it's like you just remember my favorite story, Nipsey Hussle, which is probably what she's doing. The Nipsey Hussle method. Remember when he had only limited edition CDs and he had 1,000 and he sold them for $100 each. It was and that was his thing. Do you guys remember that? When it was $100 mixtape back in the day, you had to pay $100 for this mixtape that Nipsey Hussle had. And he made good money. Good money. Hey, Madeline. Hello. Everybody I miss. Yeah, I'm sure she's self-publishing. Yeah. So it says today is my and that's cool because you keep all your proceeds, right? Today is my big day on so many levels, but it's mainly my birthday. Yes, I turned 25 years old again. She's laughing. Today, I'm asking everyone to support me by purchasing my book. The link is below. Tiffany A. Henyard presents Standing on Business, coming August 2025. The real story is coming in a world full of noise. Truth hits different. Tiffany A. Henyard steps forward, unshaken and unfiltered, ready to rewrite the narrative. From mommy moves to making history, she's not just showing up, she's standing on business. They said there were two sides, but there's always a third, the truth. Bold, unapologetic, transformational. Tiffany redefines what it means to lead with purpose, and she's not backing down. Don't just watch the movement, be a part of it. Pre-order the explosive book now. Be first to hold the truth in your hands. August 2025. And look, she got a lot of comments. 181 people. Let's just see. Happiest birthday, Tiffany Henyard. Happy birthday, beautiful. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Enjoy. I have something important. Check your messages. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And I'm sure it was some bad comments that got up out of there, but that's still a support. That is still a lot of support, okay? This is for Tiffany Henyard. So everybody is not just so upset they hate her guts. And I want to just say, I just think this was marketing. And I wonder how many sales she got today. I'm sure she got some sales. Where's your comment? It says, sorry, we don't have two. Wait, let me try to go buy one. What it says? Add to cart. 2. So then we check out, right? And what happened? Sorry, we don't have 2 of standing on. Tiffany. Tiffany, what? So you only could buy 1 at a time? Okay. All right. And it go right to everything. Okay, so they don't let you buy 1 at a time. $99.99 plus tax. She's not paying and your shipping. Yeah, you can't get 2 at a time. I don't care. I bet you she got some people buying it. She got some people buying it. But yeah, I guess that's fine. Check out 1 at a time. Check out 1 at a time. Okay. So let's go to let's go to this. Let's go to what people just okay. So we're going to talk about the board meeting last night. And I get it. You know, I don't try to change anybody's mind. You guys, you know, we're free thinkers over here. You have your own mind. But I found this board meeting so interesting yesterday because I think, you know, we don't know what the future holds, but I don't think Tiffany going to jail. I don't think Tiffany going to jail. And it was, did you see the young lady that got up yesterday at the Thornton board meeting and how everybody just stared at her yesterday? And I was like, wait a minute, I thought that was Tiffany that did. Like every time I see stuff, I be like, I thought it was Tiffany that did that. You know, it's so weird. Let me go to. Let me go down to. Let's see what we got. I want to refresh everybody's meeting memories. Hello to everybody I missed. We did see this on Conscious channel the other day, but I want to refresh you guys' memories. I'm trying to remember which one was. Let me see. Which one? Choose. Do you remember that Martin G. Johnson one? That which one it was? I forgot which episode it was. Let me see. Which episode was that? Let me go down a little more. Sorry, y'all. I just thought about that. Oh, yeah. You said wait for the dog. Somebody get Curtis. Curtis said he'll wait for Dalton Library. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so funny. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this. Because I want to refresh you guys' memory on was this a year ago? It's so funny because I would listen to Martin G. Johnson anyway before the Tiffany thing, but then it started to get vicious over there when he started talking about Tiffany. Let's see if it's this one.
You know, otherwise, Paul,
I don't know. Choose. You remember which one it was? Oh, thank you so much, Conscious. Let me see if I can get. You know what? I cannot copy that. Can you send it to me? Oh, thank you. Could you send it to me? I can't copy that link. I hate StreamYard. Oh, you know what? Maybe I go out to YouTube. I keep on saying I'm gonna try OBS. Let me see. Let me go to. Thank you so much, Conscious. Let me see if I can go. Oh, thank you so much, Chu. Okay. I love history. And, we have a lot of history, some good, some bad, here in this whole Dalton saga. A lot. It's like, it's a lot of history, So, let's listen to Martin G. Johnson when he brought up, at that time, former trustee Ed Steve, but now trustee Ed Steve. And we'll listen to the questions that he has.
Making money off it, but yeah, this man, bro, get me up, man. We can top it up, man. But listen to me. Everybody was with her when she first got.
Let's watch the listen.
That's what I'm talking
terrible
about.
For black leadership. A terrible representation of black leadership. I had my 17-year-old daughter look at the meeting that said, if you ever get in leadership, you never act like this. You never be demeaning. You never dog people out. You never lie easily, effortlessly. When she got in, I'm thinking fast, but I know. Not what I heard. When she got in, there was a surplus. We came through COVID. There was money in the bank because we got real conservative when COVID hit because you didn't know how it was going to happen with the money.
Right.
When she got in, there was surplus. There was money. We gave her everything she pretty much wanted. She had the whole board with her.
I'm on the phone, right?
She doesn't work well with people. It's her way or the highway.
People,
it's her way
hold on, sir. Hold on, trustee. I need you guys to mute your phone because we're trying to hear this. This brother live in Dalton. He's running for trustee in Dalton, and I want to hear him. Go ahead, brother.
It's her way or the highway. You can't run life like that. You can't run your children like that. You can't run government her way or the highway, my way or the highway. It's one thing in politics. Sometimes when you run for office, they tell lies on you. You don't have to tell one lie. When you say you dressed up like Nino Brown and you had a DJ at the boardroom and the board meeting, that's not made up stuff. That's fact.
Facts.
The fact that she blew the budget. We in deficit now because her misspending. How much money she spent on the security detail? That is fact. If you look at the Lori Lightfoot report, that was all fact. It's inexcusable. I don't know if I'm saying the word right. It's unacceptable. That type of leadership. You can't have that type of leadership. And what's sad is that she was a trustee for 8 years. And if you look at some of the videos, go back to the old videos, she held the last mayor accountable. You got to work with your board. You can't just do what you want. She runs government my way to highway, and then she'll get up there and just lie. And when she got caught on the news, remember when she went on Roland Martin? She got caught in the lie there. WGN, how much money you made? I don't know. I don't know where you got some numbers. She lies effortlessly, and she misleads people with free giveaways, which is dangerous. So she misleads the seniors. I'm giving you this. They're hating on me because I'm a black woman. Then there's the nerve. Listen to the nerve. When I was listening to your show when you were talking about Andrew Holmes and they want to bring up all these black leaders who sacrificed for us. These people are misleading your people intentionally, and they compare themselves to Malcolm X, they compare themselves to Harriet Tubman like you're a freedom fighter. They are not sacrificing their life. They're misleading people for money. That's dangerous. I'm telling you, Dolton, the comptroller did a whole presentation. Guess what the presentation was? Don't let Dolton happen to you. It was to other elected officials. That was a PowerPoint presentation. The whole state, it's an embarrassment for black people, that type of leadership. And we can't afford it no more in Dolton. So if you live in Dolton, we can't afford her. You know how they say every presidential election is the most important election of our lifetime. Locally in Dolton won't survive another Henyard administration. It will not. Because she has no respect for law. She has no respect for rules. She feels that she don't have to follow no rules because I'm the man. So what has happened recently is that the court's been holding her accountable. Now she can't do what she wanted to do. For 3 years, she's been acting lawlessly. If you knew how many lives that she don't mess up, how many people got fired, how many people had to go get lawyers, how many people scared for their job. I'm not speaking hyperbole. I'm not making none of this up. This is fact. It is 100% fact, and it's sad because she had the ability to be great. Everybody was with her when she first got. She had a 6-0 board approval, and if you disagree with her one time, we gave her so much in the first budget. So this is not, like, again, this is what I live. She said more money because there's surpluses. The last mayor, you have less surpluses for her. And we spent a lot of money our first year, and it still wasn't good enough. She won 100% compliance. So I'm saying to say that it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. You can be somewhere downtown. Somebody say, "Oh, you live in Dolton." Oh my God, what's going on with that? People all around the world are watching it. And I just seen a report. She said, compare herself to Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. When you took that girl that you spent.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. He's so mad. Like, I want to. I hope he had his blood pressure cuff handy, because I'm like, okay, but I get it, passionate. But yeah, like I was saying, they talking about how many people lost their jobs. How many people just lost their jobs now? Poor Miss Medina, she ain't do nothing. She got fired at the board meeting last week. So it just changed hands. And yeah, it's also now an embarrassment. I agree. Everybody knew you were from Dalton. They would definitely be like, "Oh, that's where the crazy mayor is." Now they're saying, "Oh, that's where they're trying to steal the Pope house." So it's just time. It's just turning.
Spent $100,000 on trips. That's on. She spent $37 on a plane ticket to Las Vegas. She could have went to Bucharest for $3,700, but it's all the taxpayers' money. So it's not good for Black women to be like that in leadership, because unfortunately, when we're in leadership, one person messes up for everybody out there. We get judged like that. And I hate when people say what white people did. It was wrong what white people did, but we can't get in there and operate like white folks. We're not. We got to get in and operate with some level of morality, some level of decency and balance. And politics is give and take. Give and take. You got to work with the people around you. Everybody can't keep around. You know, the bank in Dolton, Dolton's money was in Fifth Third. They kicked Dolton out of it. The money for Thornton Township was at one bank. They kicked Thornton Township. Take the money somewhere else. These are banks that don't even want to deal with the government because of her leadership. When does the bank say, "I don't want the millions of dollars no more"? That's reflective of her leadership. So now, she shut down the whole Thornton Township because she can't get her way. She wants to get this third vote. So now she's saying we ain't got no insurance. It's all lies and smoke.
Now, did she shut down Thornton Township, or did you guys, because you guys wanted to force Stephanie up in there? Just wondering.
There, and it's dangerous. So you hear the passion in my voice because she lies effortlessly and then plays the victim. And I'm a Black woman. I'm a Black woman. And like I said before, Black women that she's affected and ruined her, messed up your lives, fired them on vindictive reasons. Businesses won't get their business license because she got a personal vendetta against people. She has taken this village down financially. Down financially. And that's not what I think. That's not what I heard. That's what I actually know is actual fact. What I lived through and what I'm living through. Wow. So when people say, "Oh, Henyard," she had the ability to be great for her. But you remember Kwame Kilpatrick when he was the mayor of Detroit?
Definitely do.
He said this when he got out of office. He said, "My gifts and
Hey y'all. Ed Stephen came over here and cut off the power. Let's keep going. Let me know if you can hear me while I wait for this internet to connect back up. All right, let's see if you guys can still hear me. Let me put a 1 in the chat if so. And we'll get right back to it. Then came over here and cut the internet. Like, oh hell no. Oh hell no, we're not playing the Martin G. Johnson. All right, let's go.
Wait, when is black women in leadership don't have to follow rules? You don't want to follow rules? Well, she misleads people by saying they're trying to control me. No, you have to follow rules. And that's what these judges been doing over the last few months. People going to court, losing court cases.
Okay. I want to ask you a question too, because I'm gonna call you back for any 101 with me and you. That's cool. You'll take that for me, you know.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
Martin, remember that time when that boy was coming and we were arguing about us when I was up there?
Right.
And I'm like, why are we arguing with each other? And that boy, they was making money off us. But yeah, this man, bro, get me up, man. We can top it up, man. But
I
listen
got
to
you.
me. It's an embarrassing story.
And let me ask you a question. Now, I'm glad you called tonight. Now, so I don't know if you're gonna say it out loud, but is she really stealing? Is she really stealing, or because I'm thinking? Go ahead, answer. I can't say what she's stealing. Okay.
I don't want to go. Even if she is, that'll come out investigation.
Right. That's what I.
Is she mismanaging money? Is she blowing cash? Did she do things without board approval? Did she get into no bid contracts? Did she just get stuff done? Did she max out credit cards? Yes, that's all documented. You see the video when she spent $150,000 on a Tahoe, and with the interest rate was 29%. Yeah, all that is reality. So she mismanaged money. She just ran it into the ground. I'm gonna just spend. And then at one point they were trying to get bonds. You know, we all know poor people who would get a loan, get a credit card, and just max out credit card, max out.
I just got hit that one more time. 106. That's the timestamp.
Now, I'm glad you called tonight. Now, so I don't know if you're gonna say it out loud, but is she really stealing? Is she really stealing, or because I'm thinking? Go ahead, answer.
I can't say what she's stealing.
Okay.
I don't know.
I always wanted to do that. Got that from Shay. Shout out to the late night crew. Are you for real? So we heard that right there. You know, and every time you ask them, even if you ask them one-on-one, which I have, it has Tiffany stole. Well, no, not really. Okay, remember when they took over the township? I'm sorry, not took over the township. Remember when the trustees got on the bank account? I asked Jason House one-on-one. I said, hey, so now you guys got the bank account. What did she steal? He was like, oh, the bank account is okay. We think she's stealing from the township. And that's when everybody ran to the township after that. So it was never, so when you guys you're hearing it right here on Martin G. Johnson, even when you look at the Lori Lightfoot report, they never say Tiffany stole. Never say, even when you go back like Conscious and Choose Compassion to those old board meetings and the Riley Rogers press conference when he was broke, the village was broke and was about to go into receivership or something like that, guys. Never stole. Okay, now I'm putting this up because I want to talk about the Thornton Township meeting and go to the Lansing Journal. I found it interesting. People have been asking, when is the audit coming? Where's the audit coming? And you see Robert Hunt still having a job right there. I thought Robert Hunt was still in with Tiffany. So that means Robert Hunt has survived Zuccarelli. He has survived Tiffany, and now he has survived so far with Napoleon. So I thought that it was this big thing where he was stealing the money and running away with Tiffany and all this craziness. And he's still at the board meeting. Let's see. let's go to the Lancet Journal. Shout out to the Lancet Journal. Make sure you subscribe. And you have to realize when people point out these things, it's not that you're pointing it out just to say that Tiffany's the most righteous one. You're not saying stuff like that. You're saying, hey, I gotta look at both sides. Now, y'all said this was going on. Where's the audit? Okay. Y'all said this was happening. What is happening? Right. He said the bank account was okay, but now we think we're going to we think she's stealing from the township. That was the quote, you know. We think she's taking the money from the township. And then that's when you start to see people pop up at the township. And I was like, okay, so I guess you could look at it, because remember way back when she went to the mayor's president event, right, at the White House, but I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Remember, she went to see the president, right? Did she bill the township for that? Or I have to go back to the board meeting? Or did she bill the village? It was like, it was wrong, whatever it was like, that's where that cross thing came in. I think the township actually paid for her mayor's trip. You know what I mean? And so that's not right. You're a mayor in that capacity. So you should have built the village, right? But I guess Tiffany knew that wasn't going to be approved by the board. So she went over to Thornton Township, where she had favor with the board at that time. That's what it is. Thank you. Commingling of funds. And that's why, honestly, people shouldn't have two positions in our government, meaning that it's just too close to comfort and too easy to do, right? So technically, I'm a mayor and I'm supervisor. So technically, I could bill what I want to bill. I can give Dalton more money. I can, she could do. That's the problem when we have these people that have. I'm a state senator. I'm a lobbyist. I'm in charge of the library board, and I'm a mayor, and I'm a treasurer. It's too many things. It shouldn't be that way. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we got this Wi-Fi thing together. So let's go to the Lancet Journal, and shout out to Melanie and Carol. Okay. Maybe, Michelle. You know what I always say? We don't know what happens behind closed doors, so I don't know what's going on. But is it even a whistle to blow, according to what we saw yesterday in Thornton Township, which was interesting. So let's go to the Lancet Journal and do a little commentary there, and let's go.
Hello, everyone. I am Melanie Youngsmith, publisher of the Lansing Journal, and I'm here with Carol Schumarko, our managing editor. Yes, we just got out of another Thornton Township meeting. This one was better.
It was a little bit better than last time.
We're making progress.
Yes. We felt like things were a little cleaner, a little bit more on procedure for a meeting. So it was kind of nice to see.
We'll share some of those positives with you, but let's start with the negatives.
So what's our first one?
I would say the first one is that the agenda really still does not have a lot of information on it. And so even as these trustees are voting to approve things, it's not really clear what they are approving.
Right. It's a bit short on details. For example, there was a couple of items to approve a conference. And it was like, well, you're not approving the conference. Are you approving attendance at the conference? Or you're approving the expenditure for the attendance at the conference? It's supposed to be specific. We're supposed to know what we're approving here, what we're voting on, and things like that were not clear.
So we don't know who's going to this conference, what it's for, and how much it's going to cost. But it got approved.
But it was approved. Likewise, some events.
Right.
There was a set of events that got approved all as one big block too, which we would like probably prefer for those to get approved separately. And
separate numbers.
right. And we found out later on that some of the events there's no date, there's no venue yet, and it was not listed what these events would cost on the agenda. We did subsequently get some numbers, but
so even the trustees don't know what they were approving in terms of these events.
Correct. So
those are areas that still need some work.
That was another similarity to last time and to the last administration, was that there was no call for discussion on any of these items for approval.
Well, there was one.
Oh, my mistake. Okay. But was there any discussion?
There was no discussion, but there was a call.
There was a call.
Yeah.
So after, like we talked about in the previous video, after every motion, there should be a call for discussion by the chair of the board, in this case, it's supervisor, to give the trustees an opportunity to ask questions, say what they think, talk, give their opinion. And still, we don't know what these trustees are really thinking. So we're hoping that as the meetings progress, as everyone gets more comfortable in their roles, that there will be room for discussion. And, we've heard from some of the trustees, well, they don't want the meeting to go too long. Well, we want it to go a little bit. We want to have, it's okay if it goes a little long. It can go for an hour, as long as we can accommodate some discussion in there.
Right. It should go just as long as it takes to get the business appropriately handled.
Exactly. And there was another similarity was there was a little lack of reaction to some of the public comment.
That was tense.
It got a little tense at one point. Yeah. You can see later in the video during the public comment, there was a tense moment.
Janelle Taylor had some very, she expressed some frustration with the ordinance that was revoked at the last meeting. And we expressed some of the same frustration. And she wanted answers. And the board kind of stared at her blank-faced for a minute before Supervisor Harris finally said something
after she said, anyone?
Good job, Janelle Taylor.
Yes, way to go, Janelle.
Yes.
Holding power to account there.
And Supervisor Harris did go into more detail during his report later on in the meeting, but it was tense because Janelle is a member of the public, and she wanted her elected officials to reassure her or educate her or inform her about this vote, and they were not immediately responsive. And we don't want to be having flashbacks to the previous administration. If anyone, and I know some of you out there have seen Tiffany Henyard's response to public comment, but there was a lot of that. We certainly hope that people feel welcome to offer public comment and can get a reply. Yes. So those were similarities, places that we feel still need work.
Okay, so I wanted to say, I put the link in there for you guys that wanted to watch it directly. They even covered the board meeting part, of course. And thankful to everyone that's following and still covering the meetings. I think that's great. And attending the meetings, I think that's wonderful. She said that it was just certain things that could be better, and I agree. So let's just wait and see as the meetings progress. I want to say this. I did notice that this time their faces were not up. The last meeting, their faces were on the wall, on the TV screen, and this time it was not. So I see they changed that. I think the Lancet Journal being there, it's not just them, but being non-biased as media, because big media stopped coming, so nobody care. Nobody's coming anymore. The Lancet Journal is back by themselves again. I think maybe the Harvey World Heralds, shout out to them, they're coming. But the independent papers are the ones that's there holding everybody accountable. So kudos to them. You're right. You waited a year. I know, Wyoming. I saw at the end, someone sent me a video at the end of their video. I saw, what it was. I think it was, who video was it? Because I was flipping through, but you see Paul Roberts walk up to Mary Avant and say, and she's like pointing at her books, like, look, I don't know about all that. So I don't think Ryan was there yesterday, which would have been quite interesting with that image ordinance. And thank you, Goddess. You're being nice. It's all shade to Mary. You know what? To hold them accountable. Yeah. And sorry guys, they're not even the ones that are involved. See, they don't have anything to lose or gain with their reporting because they're already established. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't think you could really buy them out. How about those conferences and festivals? Any idea of the budget for those events? Nope, they didn't tell anything. And then they got to the FOIA request and they were like, oh, we're backlogged from the previous administration. So you're so backlogged, you're going to risk getting a court case not answering the current FOIAs. And I noticed, I can't quote unquote, but it seems like they actually FOIA'd, you guys listen along with me, FOIA'd Supervisor Harris' salary. That should take nothing. They should have been able to answer that right away. Well, let's go. And I don't think people were expecting to get FOIA'd as a new administration as much as Tiffany.
We're not the meeting police, but these are things we notice.
Correct. And the members of the board have said we're still gaining steam. We're still learning how to do this. So, we certainly want to give them the benefit of the doubt and have some patience there. And on that note, we saw some differences.
We did see progress. Yes.
We saw some progress from the last meeting. So the procedure in general was just kind of better.
We started on time.
We're a little bit more snappy. We
Almost.
Started on time. 6:03. Okay. We'll count that on time.
Supervisor Harris arrived a couple of minutes early. Clerk Nesbitt.
I definitely think choose. I know what only Black people will understand. For the people in the chat, I think we definitely understand what you're saying, choose. And I think that they watched and listened to everything Melanie said last week about being late, about the agenda, discussion. They tried to tighten it up. I do believe that.
Arrived a couple minutes late, and then we started soon after that.
Sure. So who knows? She might have been wrapping something up with her day or whatever. But it was nice to start on time. It was very nice. But there's also some other differences that we saw.
There were items on the agenda about the tentative budgets that they wanted to approve the budgets tentatively so that they can be published online so that people can download them and review them in time for the public hearing, which is happening
July 22nd.
July 22.
Yes.
And so these items were listed on the budget, and then Supervisor Harris did provide some context for those three items. He didn't go deeply into detail. You can't do that very much with the budget.
Right.
But he tried to provide some context to what the trustees were voting on tentatively.
He did. So he was offering top line numbers for each of the major funds, talking about what the numbers look like for fiscal year 26. If the fund had lost money, why did that happen? If the fund had gained money, what was the cause for that? Right. So that was good to hear and get that information, and we'll be analyzing those budgets more, and certainly attending the hearing on July 22, where members of the public have an opportunity to ask questions about the budgets. Yes. So before they finally go up for approval. There was one other kind of major difference, I think, from the previous administration that was noted tonight in some discussion afterward, and that was in FOIA requests. Freedom of Information Act requests. I had placed a couple and have been waiting for a reply. We
like information.
We do like to get some information. We're working in between meetings. And so I asked Trustee Byron Stanley, hey, any idea? I'm kind of waiting on this FOIA reply. And he said that they are working on getting through the backlog of all FOIA requests from the previous administration.
So you can imagine that would take some time.
The previous administration did not answer. Sometimes they just straight up didn't answer FOIA requests or said no. It is a legal requirement that they answer those. So Trustee Stanley said, well, yeah, we'd be getting sued left and right if we don't finish those. But it still is good to know that they're working on those. They're working through the backlog. He asked for my patience. So we will extend some patience there.
And the reason we've requested those FOIA requests is because we know there are questions that the public has about things. For example, Supervisor Harris's salary and the ordinance that was passed at the last meeting about how meetings should be run. These, you wouldn't think it would take a long time to get that information, but it does. When there's a backlog, it does.
When there's a backlog, it can take that amount of time to get that info. And possibly the clerk is new at, working through FOIAs, and there is a very specific process that has to be worked through. It's a legal process too. So, so that was interesting to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we remain cautiously optimistic.
Good characterization, Melanie.
But watch the video, watch the meeting, and see what you think. See if you have questions about what you observe happening.
I noticed that, Gardis, that the new is TAP, which I'm all for. The law program is TAP now. I don't think Napoleon was gonna keep HAP, even though his last name was Harris. Just wasn't gonna do it.
Any differences or similarities, and feel free to put those in the comments. We'd love to hear from you, things that you notice about these videos. I think it's important for the public to continue showing up, and there were quite a few members of the public, not the huge crowds that were coming during the previous administration, but a good solid representation of the public, because they care about this community and they want answers and they want information, and that's important. It can't be up to just the media to hold our elected officials accountable. It's up to the community.
Yeah, so we're always interested to hear what you think, what your feedback is, what your questions are too, so that we can go and ask them of the board if we're able to. So yeah, please definitely leave a comment in the comment section below. And remember to like and follow. Is that it, Melanie?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Thanks everyone tonight.
Thank you for watching.
Appreciate it.
Was it small enough of a crowd, Gardens, where they could have went upstairs to the original boardroom? I'm wondering. When I heard the young lady say she couldn't hear, and you guys are gonna have to watch this yourself, because I don't know. Well, it's not that long. 50 minutes, 40 minutes. But I want to go to some things that I noticed. Number one. The clerk, she needs a new poker face. Like, she needs a poker face, like, while the camera's on her now. I know it's going to take time, but let's go.
Yes, thank you. No, that's my intention.
If the time is 6:03 p.m., I'm going to call this meeting of Point Township to order. Clerk, please take the roll.
No, that's my intention.
Something is totally wrong with my let me see something. What can I? All right, let's go to Miss Taylor's comment. Now this guy, he was if you guys can hear me, put a 1 down. Sorry, it's StreamYard. I have to go back to if somebody get choose compassion. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get to Miss Janelle Taylor's comments. And I'm gonna end it because I think something is wrong with my. First of all, my girl right here, because we talk fashion. She needs to teach. She needs to teach a. Okay. She needs to teach a. Something's wrong with my thing. Good Lord. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, I just unplugged everything. She needs to teach a femininity class. When you guys watch it, I love the way she walked to the podium. She just had such a feminine presence when she walked back to the podium. It was so cute. She had that wait and exhale walk. Anybody remember the wait and exhale walk?
We could possibly get to a security event venue for this, what we're trying to accomplish. We greatly appreciate it. And again, the services that we'll be offering are free. Thank you.
Ms. Russell? Yes.
Watch my girl. Walk that walk, baby. Yes. She said y'all gonna get the runway. Just so
Okay, now we have Jay Taylor. Sorry, I couldn't think, I'm sorry. Janelle. Sorry.
Good evening. Let me apologize first. I really cannot hear you. I didn't have my hearing aid in, and when I do, I'm back too far. At a previous meeting, you repealed an ordinance that you had regarding self-promotion in the literature for the township. And I'm probably not stating it correctly, but I have a problem with that. I'm not understanding it, and I hope someone can give me more clarity on that, because it was a point of contention with the previous administration. Everywhere we looked, we saw her or her name. So I'd like to know why that was repealed. Why is it going to be, maybe restated, or what was the reason for repealing it? Do you understand what I'm asking about? Anybody?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we understand the question. And we will get back to you on that.
What did you say, sir?
So I thought that was really important to play. Going over to the Lansing Journal and watch the full video. I'm having a struggle stream on my StreamYard today. But they wouldn't answer her, and I thought it was a simple question. Now, he did go back to it during the supervisor's report, basically saying, we're not going to do what Tiffany did. We're going to be more responsible. You know, Tiffany bad, we good. The same thing. Tiff bad, we good. That's all you need to know. But it kind of shocked me how everybody just stood there and they really couldn't even. They're like, ooh, like, what was the secret? You expected nobody to ask. I think it was, and especially someone in that room, because most of the people in the room are definitely there for a lot of them, a big percent for the board that sits up there. So for Miss Taylor, who spoke out, and yes, she did get booed one time, Choose, I remember. But you know why she got booed? The crowd turned on her because she went to like a senior event and her picture ended up on like the Thornton Township website, and you know, all heck broke loose. So they was ready to come at her with the tiki torches because she went to a senior event that her tax dollars paid for. So yeah, that was really interesting. And then she was able to redeem herself when she came back. I think like it was like two meetings later, or the next meeting, she came back and sort of was talking about Tiffany, and everybody's like, yeah, right on, girl. And she was like, whoo, thank goodness. But I'm glad to see that she's standing up for whatever. And that's a simple question. We have to live with it. You rescinded the ordinance. Everybody was scared to answer that one question. So it's no more. I thought it was a problem. It was going to be Q&A. Remember, we were going to have Q&A with the new administration instead of public comment. So interesting. Okay. You guys, I'm going to get out of here. You enjoy your day. I see Ryan's live over there. It looks like he's at the library board. So it might be interesting to see. All right. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other and be kind to one another. Bye.
Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Comment Blue Commentary Comment